What up, people? Welcome to another edition of the Salty Thoughts of Mike Steph podcast, featuring the one and only Mike Steph, best in the world at what he does. And for this week, my nickname is the Needle Moving OSC, the Needle Moving Original Spousal Chief. I'm staying with the Spousal Chief moniker right now for a very particular, very special reason. Today, March 31st, 2025, marks the 31st year anniversary, the 31st anniversary that me and my wife had been together as a couple. 26 years married, 31 years together. March 31st. March 31st, 1994. Oh, yeah, interesting. But anyway, yes, so I am the spousal chief, the original spousal chief. I would say your spousal chief, but no, I'm a one-woman man. I'm a monogamous man. Which will bring up a subject that I'll get into later because I'm giving y'all an extra episode this week. I don't know exactly when, but y'all gonna get it. And it has all to do with relationships. Black love, stupid love, lack of love. But that's neither here nor there. This week, I am going to continue to be on my wrestling kick for two reasons. One, baseball season just got underway, and I have something up my sleeve that I just haven't been able to get to. So I'm going to refrain from baseball talk, at least at this particular time. And with the NBA postseason rapidly approaching, I also have another thing up the other sleeve, talking about my New York Knickerbockers, those Golden State Warriors out west, and the other teams in the National Basketball Association. But that's still got about 9 to 10 more games, about a week and a half. So I can get that later. Right now, more pertinent talk for me is to talk about this wrestling because WrestleMania is coming up the weekend of April 19th, April 20th, Easter weekend to be exact. And there's a lot of things that I still need to get off my chest that that is left over from the great conversation I had. Blinking, and why did my thing just freeze like something happened that I don't know what happened? Listen, I'm going to let you all know right now, off top, off top, off top, that parental discretion is strongly advised, but will be completely effing ignored because Mike Steph is in a very ornery mood for various amount of reasons. And optimum Wi-Fi, optimum internet, optimum whatever, it just added, is rapidly approaching number one on the list of things that Mike Steph is pissed off about. And me talking about wrestling, me talking about such an aggressive sport will give me all the avenue I need to get out all this much needed aggression that I have inside my being. Yes, I still do acupuncture. Yes, I'm in touch with my Zen. Yes, I'm in touch with my chi, but my chi is unbalanced. And plus, that's what I feel like fucking talking about. YouTube, they try to shadow. I wouldn't say shadow ban me, but I'm tired of all the terms of agreement, all the special words that you can't talk about on YouTube. Certain phrases, or they just literally package your shit up and put you in the Netherlands of YouTube. Fuck you, YouTube. Fuck you. Yeah, I'm great. It's not like I'm getting monetized anyway. So hey, I told you it's a passion project, and I got a lot of passion that's overflowing out my fucking being. So, I might as well let y'all know what I'm going to talk about this week, right? I'm going to concentrate on WWE, as usual, because AEW, is that still a thing? I'm going to talk about my critiques, if you will, of the booking of one Paul Levesque, a.k.a. Triple H. Is he a one-trick pony when it comes to booking? I mean, yes, everybody was slobbing him off for the black and gold era. And yeah, the black and gold era had some bangers. Black and gold era also had some flaws. And think about it, you was comparing the black and gold era to NXT 2.0 that came immediately after that, and whatever iteration of NXT was before the black and gold era, which was legitimately a developmental system. And I think some of those flaws have reared its ugly head on the main roster. Look, he's had 2 years. He's had legitimately 1 full year that he's been totally the man. Remember, the Paul Levesque era has begun. WrestleMania 40, right? Well, we're rapidly approaching WrestleMania 41. So, to the victor goes the spoils, and to the victor also goes the critiques. And yeah, I'm going to critique the shit out of some of his booking. So, how about that? Then I will be talking about, I'll get into the John Cena heel turn. He's been back for 2 weeks. He's given 2 promos. He's given his reasoning on why he did what he did at Elimination Chamber concerning Cody Rhodes, or did he? Yeah. So I'll be talking about that. And last but not least, I will talk about the actual champion, Cody Rhodes, and what I see as some pettiness going on behind the scenes to rapidly diminish his contributions over the last 2 going on 3 years. And not only diminish his contributions, but in a roundabout way, diminish the contributions of your tribal chief and mine, Roman Reigns. So yeah, that's what's on deck this week. Before I get into the body of this conversation, and this will be very short, I will not be going 2 hours. I'm going to try not to even go an hour and a half, because I have an outing that I have to go to, and it seems like only when I have an outing that I have to go to do I actually have some type of confine. Do I actually have some constraint on time? Time, the inner mind's eye. So before I get into, the actual show, I am going to give you just a mini Trap Tales. Yes, gimmick infringement, salty Trap Tales, if you will. Something that I neglected to get into my last episode, and something that I'm gonna have to talk about. I even broached it on. Matter of fact, I neglected to broach it on my my little sprinkles of sauce that I had. So here we go. Salty Trap Tales for the week of March 31st, 2025. Well, this is actually referring to something that happened last week. I think I did say that I didn't realize that my legs caused friction with my double extra, double extra, double extra large sweatpants. And that caused me to have chafing. I do remember saying that. But what happened also was something that I didn't think could happen. I'm on my treadmill, I'm doing my thing. And I'm coming home and I'm like, yo, why does my chest feel so tender? Not only my chest, why do my nipples feel so sensitive? Why do they're so sore? They're tender to touch. Tender to touch. I wanted to know why. And then I started putting two and two together, and I realized the same thing that was happening between my legs, dealing with my thighs, the same thing that was happening with my chest, with my nipples. Unfortunately, I don't got man boobs, no, but I got pecs, and my pecs were rubbing against, I guess, my sweater, my hoodie, and causing friction. And that friction causes it to get very, very tender. So I'm literally on the treadmill like this, looking real crazy. But I go to Planet Fitness, so therefore I am definitely in a no judgment zone. Listen, I'll be on the treadmill putting my ones up. I'll be on a treadmill. Listen, I do all types of things. The only thing I don't do is a crotch chop because that's like passe. But today, I actually achieved the goal that I didn't know that I was actually trying to achieve. And that was this. When I have my playlist, what I try to do now to try to vary the workout is actually, depending on the tempo of what I'm listening to, will depend on whether I'm going to walk at a regular pace, walk at a brisk pace, or actually jog or sprint. And I believe today was the first time since I've started doing this method that I was able to do multiple sprints without being totally winded, which is a plus. I do an hour. I do an hour at various rates. I don't do the incline because, matter of fact, I did the incline one just to see what it was, and I didn't realize that the incline actually, I thought it was just a mechanism, but no, it actually raises the treadmill. And when I realized I was hovering above everybody else, I was like, oh, no. Let's put this all the way back down. I don't need incline. I go for length. I go for strength. I go for cardio. I am the 60-minute man. The Iron Man, if you will. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm not going on a leg press right now because what I do is, like I said, I walk 2.5 miles to the gym. I do an hour. I do about 65 to 70 minutes on the treadmill, and then I walk 2.5 miles back home. If I do that leg press, my legs are going to be rubber, and I'm not going to be able to really walk back home. And that's what I'm trying to avoid to do. And I'm not trying to get on public transportation. Like, I live in New York. Do you think I'm a fucking fool? Anyway, let's get this show on the road. Enough salty trap tales for this week. Without further ado, good night and goodbye. Bang!
Salty thoughts of Mike Steph, this marks a new beginning. Thanks for supporting a total reinvention. The soul is still here, but the vibe's a little different. Unpredictable, hide the kids and the women. Sports of all sorts, music mixed for living. Rep New York City, but hate the politician. Always bring the heat, Steph bacon in the kitchen. Big shout to y'all, I appreciate the listen. Donnie put the rest, but I'm still in the best in the world. word of what I do. All y'all know the rest. I live it, I breathe it. I'm the whole definition. The pinnacle, the ultimate. I'm on a new mission. The salty thoughts of Mike Steph, featuring the one and only Mike Steph, the best in the world of what he does. Tap in.
John Cena, after 21 years, finally turned heel. It's been going on 3 weeks since Cena first spoke since his heel turn. And what have we learned? That he's resentful of the fans, that the fans have never appreciated him in all his iterations. Remember, he was hip hop John Cena, Dr. Thugonomics. That's how he came in the game, and he was a heel. But after a while, his raps became popular, and he started directing his venom. Instead of directing his venom toward baby faces, he started directing his venom toward heels. 2005, 2005 to be exact. He won his first world championship. Hey, how you doing? Oh, that was my son Chef Mix. Came in the house from his day job. Let me ask you a question since I'm live on the air. Do you have any opinion so far of John Cena's heel turn?
I need to see more.
What more do you need to see?
Probably some matches in between.
Okay, so matter of fact, let me break it down like this real quick. I know I'm just putting you on the spot. You're like, damn, I just got in the door. I'm tired. I get it. But what is your opinion of his heel promos so far?
I'm treating it the same way I was treating it when Roman first turned heel. I'm just letting it marinate. Nothing really grasps my attention yet. It's good, but it's not great.
Okay, all right. I'll let you off the hook. You know, I won't continue. See, from what we heard or what we've learned from him is that, like I said, the fans. It's never been nothing's been ever been good enough for the fans. He went from a rapper, then he was a Marine, then he was trying to rise above hate, then he was the grizzled veteran trying to get back. But how many people did he ever really quote unquote put over? I mean, there's a lot of young talent he buried on the mic. The Nexus.
Kevin Owens.
No, well, okay, Kevin Owens. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's one.
Cesaro.
No.
You talking about letting them win?
No, I'm saying legitimately gave the rub without shitting on him.
Cesaro. Sami Zayn.
No, Sammy doesn't count because he actually injured his shoulder right before the match, and that's why he never really came right up. But yeah, I mean, listen, the list goes on and on, huh?
Solo.
No, he let Solo win. Well, he got beat by Solo, but
he got squashed.
Okay, he got squashed by Solo. Okay.
Who squashed his Cena besides last time he got squashed was Lesnar.
Yeah. which he should never got a win off Lesnar. But that's neither here nor there. But what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, since he's been back,
Roman.
all his venom has been towards the fans. But yet, he's legitimately going to headline WrestleMania and go for his record-breaking, quote-unquote, 17th World Championship against Cody Rhodes. Has he mentioned once why he did what he did to Cody? No. Has he actually said, Cody, I don't like you? No. Has he even really interacted with Cody? You know, Cody came to him, but he hasn't interacted with Cody. It's almost like Cody's just there, which I believe is kind of disrespectful, which I'll get into later because I think there's something going on behind the scenes that the reason why Cody's being portrayed the way he's being portrayed is not even so much a power struggle. It's just egos. Because I'm sorry, because of other commitments. You know, let me take this off. Because of other commitments, i.e., his filming schedule, he wasn't able to be there directly after the heel turn. So you had about 2 to 3 weeks space between the heel turn and between him showing up. When the New Day turned heel, they were getting shunned in the backstage area. People were looking at him like, yo, you did Big E dirty. They didn't touch Big E. All they said was, yo, we ain't fucking with you no more. You know what? You ain't never coming back. You're lying to the fans. They didn't beat Big E to a pulp, but yet the whole backstage, the whole roster turned their back to him like they were pariahs. Like they did something awful. This motherfucker kicked Cody Rhodes in the nuts, took the Rolex, busted him open hard way, allow a flunky to bust his eardrum, and then he walked away with the flunky and the Rock. Goes away for 2 weeks, he comes back, and everything is about the fans. Maybe tonight in England, in London, we will get that much needed missing piece. Did you sell your soul to the Rock? Was the Rock did the Rock happen just to be there? You won the Elimination Chamber. John Cena won the Elimination Chamber. Put the chamber up. Cody comes out. The Rock comes out. Cena's still there. Why was he still there? Was he there just to get a bird's eye view of what Cody was going to say? Okay, fine. But then after Cody told The Rock to go fuck himself, that's when Cena moved in. That still has yet to be explained. And I know, long story, or let it play out. Okay. We're letting it play out. Week 1, okay, fine. Week 2, it was just a repeat, just in a different country. What about week 3? That's what we need to find out. What's going on? What else made him snap? We're so predictable, right? He's reading us, right? We never accepted him, right? No matter what he did, because all he did was win, no matter what. That we co-opted his motto: hustle, loyalty, respect, because we want it to be cool. But that's the slogan, that's the motto, that's the credo he lives by. Hustle, loyalty, respect. Okay. Right now, to me, this is still a missing piece. And yeah, I know we're 3 weeks away from WrestleMania. There's a missing piece, but the piece is, to me, that's missing is the actual vitriol toward his opponents. If you have all this venom that you want to uh, get at the fans for, isn't Cody the perfect avatar to get back at the fans, the people, the true people's champion right now, the American, the son of the American dream? None of that has been spoken. There's a trend going online, social media, of why hasn't John Cena been able to unleash his venom against Cody Rhodes? Why are they protecting Cody Rhodes from John Cena? Because John Cena has ate everybody up on the mic. I have this question. Why does it seem that Cody Rhodes is holding back from John Cena? One of my biggest pet peeves about this angle so far, and like I think I said it to Tyler last week, it should have been on site. You kicked me in the nuts. You fucked me up. I was walking around with a black eye for 3 weeks. When I see you, there's no talking. Or let's put it this way. When I see you, there's no histrionics. Either I'm coming to you man to man and we're going to squash this out, or we squabbling. One or the two. It's almost similar to Stephen A. and LeBron James. And I know I'm going on a tangent, but guess what? I don't care. The whole thing with LeBron James and Stephen A. was LeBron James says as a father, he had to step to that man because he was talking about his son. Everybody, the majority of people that have given their 2 cents on that situation has all been under agreement that, yes, as a father, yeah, you have to approach him because he's on screen talking about, I'm talking to you, LeBron, as a father. Stop it. Stop this as a father. Not as a basketball player, as a father. So because you're talking to me as a father, that means we're not talking about sports. We're not talking about entertainment. We're not talking about my job. We're not talking about your job. We're talking about 2 men. I got to step to you. But the time and place, okay. In LeBron James' mind was time and place. When I see you, it's on site. I don't give a fuck what form we're in. It just so happened we was coming off timeout. I spotted you next to the bench. You know what? I'm hollering at you right now. I'm not even giving you a chance to talk. Yo, keep my son's name out your fucking mouth. Straight like that. I don't want to hear shit. Even though there was videos saying, I'm when I get a chance, I'm gonna. But I respect that energy. When he saw him, there's no, we're gonna, since you want to call me out in public, I'm going to step to you in public. I'm not going to talk about Stephen A. going on a tour. Talk about, yo, if he would have put his hands on me, yo, I would have swung on him. Would have got my ass bust, but I would have swung on him. Listen, we're talking about billionaires and millionaires. Neither one of y'all are swinging on nobody. But as a man, as a father, at the very least, LeBron had to check him. Now, like I said, this is not apples to apples, but same difference. John Cena disrespected you. He left you bloody. First time you see him, it's on site. Tell you the truth, it should be on site because it's physical. CM Punk told Cody Rhodes. It was almost like a scene at The Godfather. Whoever comes to tell you about the Barzini meeting, that's the traitor. Listen, there's a lot of people that's going to come at you, that's coming at you, that's going to come at you and stab you in the back. Guess what? Me being your man, I'm stabbing you in the front. John Cena technically stabbed him in the front. I'll give him that. But he kicked him in the balls. He hugged him. Then he kicked him in the balls. Randy Orton, once again, this past Friday, told Cody, listen, you done did this, that, and the third. Respect. I love you. Took a lot of balls. But when I'm ready to come after 15, for me, I'm coming for you. As a brother, as a man. I'm letting you know that right now. So that was kind of a warning. In other words, I'll let you know what time it is. You just don't know when. But what made Cena snap? What made him snap? Now, not 10 years ago, 2015, when he was, say true, shoot, he was damn near part-time then. That's when he was doing his United States Champion Tour. What made him snap now? Has he gone around, like my son said, is he going around saying, listen, you know how many scrub motherfuckers I put over? I haven't won. He came back and said, listen, I haven't won in damn near 10 years. I haven't won a damn match. Solo squashed me. Austin Theory beat me. And look where he's at. Undertaker squashed me in 2 minutes at WrestleMania. Roman put me in the dirt. So why now? Once again, that's another question that needs to be asked. To me, Cena has always been a heel. He's been a heel since Total Divas. When some man gives his significant other a contract, sign this, after she done moved into your mansion, and says, when it's over, I only have to give you 30 days notice to get the fuck out my crib. That's a heel. When she spends the whole day slaving over a stove, cooking her man a home cooked meal, and he comes in and he looks at that shit with disgust, like, thought we was going out. Are we still going out? We ain't eat this shit. Oh, your dog scratched me. Guess what? Gotta put that dog down. See, the dog or you. Matter of fact, you could go with the dog. It's my crib. It's been a heel back then. There's a reason, like I told y'all before, it's a reason why him and Vince McMahon are close. But that brings me to this. Is Cody Rhodes being intentionally ignored? Is he? The pictures on your screen is the reason why Cody should have been on site. Is he being sabotaged? Is he? There's a question. All right, now from the quote unquote dirt sheets and all that stuff, The Rock legitimately wanted Cody Rhodes to turn heel in the lead up to WrestleMania. Ultimately, Cody decided against it. Rightfully so. He has more things that he can do right now. His run as a face is not finished. So it's almost to me like The Rock said, okay, creatively, I wanted you to be a heel. You don't want to be a heel. You turned me down in real life. Guess what? You can stay a face, but the focus will not be around you. It will be with me when I come around. I broached it to Cena. Cena said he was down for it. Give him some fresh legs. But the focus will not be around you. Stay face. After WrestleMania, after you lose that title, go and have your little side feuds. Try to stay as relevant as you can, because we'll come back to you later unless you cool off. If you cool off, then maybe we can go a whole different direction. It's almost all right. How about this? Remember the Raw after WrestleMania last year, where Cody and The Rock had that promo, and it ended kind of awkwardly to me, where The Rock pretty much whispered something in his ear and said, "Don't break my heart again." To me, it seems like The Rock has had some type of animosity toward Cody since The Rock came in last year, thought he was going to save WrestleMania and have his epic match against his cousin Roman Reigns, who I will be talking about in very few minutes. And the WWE universe said, "You know what? That's not what we want. We was fully immersed in this story that it's supposed to climax at WrestleMania. Yeah, Rock, we fuck with you, but that's not what we want. We wanted that 3 years ago when you didn't have time. That's when we wanted it. So now because you have time or you need to clean your image, now you want to come and because you got the clout. I mean, he had clout with Vince, but now he got the ultimate clout. Like he has Nick Khan and he has Ari Emanuel. Like he can literally do what he wants. It's almost like it stems from back then of, okay, stay face. Okay, have your little WrestleMania main event. Matter of fact, guess what? We're going to coronate you as the man. If you think about the majority of his reign last year, what was his marquee feud? I'll wait. And I'm talking about Cody Rhodes. I'll wait. His first defense was against AJ Styles, who was a heel, a freshly turned heel, but didn't really have that much momentum. And, it was a good match. They did what they did. They made chicken salad out of chicken shit. Then Logan Paul. Okay. They forced advertising, said it was champion title for title, and then all of a sudden, after a while, it was like, oh, we kind of misspoke. Champion versus champion. Okay, that was all right, but Logan Paul. And then they doubled back to AJ. Because, like, who else was there? And then right around SummerSlam, that's when they started trying to heat Solo up, because Solo he was the tribal chief. It was almost like he was the Undertaker. Remember when the Undertaker got rose from the ashes to the rafters in 94, and he was gone. And then all of a sudden you had the fake Undertaker running rampant until the real Undertaker came back at SummerSlam. That was the same shit. Solo was the fake tribal chief until the real tribal chief made his appearance, made his return at SummerSlam. So you had Solo in that. And then to waste time, matter of fact, then you had Kevin Owens' first chance at getting the championship, which was more like a friend. It sowed some seeds for later. Then you had Cody minding the bloodline business. Like, dude, fuck, why the fuck do you care? They tried to maim you. And that took a couple, had the tag team match of Bad Blood. Then you had the War Games match. Okay. And then we had Saturday Night Main Event with Kevin Owens. But this time, Kevin Owens had went full heel. Great match. Great angle, great feud. And tell you the truth, that's the only feud in this close to year reign that he's had that was worth anything. Why is that? You mean to tell me that there was no way, there was no other opponents that they could have lined up for him? All the marquee opponents that they could have had for Cody was quote unquote on the other brand. And for some reason, we was locked. You had Gunther on the other side. You had Drew McIntyre on the other side. You had CM Punk on the other side. Because they wasn't ready to pull that trigger yet. Roman was gone. Who else was there? I think this is a case of burial without being overt with it. Some people would say, well, that just proves that Cody isn't the man. Cody wasn't the man. Cody was the man based on the booker, Triple H. Cody was anointed to be the man by the person before Triple H, the now disgraced Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon brought him back and he put the rocket to his ass. Rocket on his back and said, take me to another place. Take me to the motherland. Let me understand his plan. Yeah, I'm showing my age. That's Tennessee. Won't you help me? Won't you help me? Won't you help me understand your plan? Yeah, I want to understand. I really need understanding of this plan. So everybody knows what's going to happen at WrestleMania, right? I'm going to put it out there right now because this might be the last time I'm talking about wrestling until WrestleMania. Cody is going to lose that championship. John Cena will get championship reign number 17. They've already made shirts based on his promo when he said his plan is to take what the fans want. The fans made fun of him because he made the spinner's belt. The fans love this trinket. The fans love the champion. So guess what? He's going to take the championship and he's going to retire with the championship. And guess what? Now y'all could do it. But I will be the last real champion. They already got t-shirts made up. You think they got t-shirts made up just because? Those t-shirts not even going to be shipped until the 30th. Look on WWEshop.com. It's a special event item. I'm telling you. They're setting Cody up. And there's a reason why. And I'll get to it in a few minutes. I'm not here no straight up. I want all the smoke. All the smoke in the comment section. If you don't agree with what I've been talking about for the last 45 minutes, let me know. Holla at me. I want the smoke. I've been smoke free for about 27, 28 months, but I want the smoke. Now, Triple H, as I asked earlier, is Triple H a one-trick pony when it comes to booking? To me, he has shown that he can't sustain certain characters' momentum. Has his fire, his motivation to prove his predecessor, Vince McMahon, wrong, war, has it? Like I said, last year at WrestleMania 40 was the coronation of the King of Kings when it comes to WWE. Paul Levesque. It's the Paul Levesque era. Everything was about Paul Levesque. Everything was about the points. Now I'm going to go down the litany. Matter of fact, I'm going to go down the list of things that I've noticed, both in the past and the present, that might predict the future when it comes to the booking of Paul Levesque. In NXT, when he was in charge of NXT, aka the Black and Gold era, the women were okay. But here's a question. Was it his booking that made the women division one of the best, well, the best in WWE at the time, even though it's developmental, and one of the best in the industry? Or was it the women themselves coming of age in that era that was the real reason for the success? This is the age of the four horsewomen. You had Bayley, you had Sasha, you had Becky, you had Charlotte, you had AJ Lee that was on the main roster. But she started NXT. You had Paige. She started NXT. And they brought them up. And the work rate became phenomenal. But once again, everything revolved around the four horsewomen. The WrestleMania 32 match, triple threat match, to coronate the first WWE World Women's Champion, well, WWE Championship, when they phased out the Divas Championship and made it back into the Women's Championship, was three of the horsewomen: Sasha, Becky, and Charlotte. And that carried them for at least 5 years. Different iterations, different matchups. You had Charlotte and Becky had numerous feuds. You had Sasha and Charlotte having a feud. Then you end up having Sasha and Becky having a feud. Then they called Bayley up. Then you had Sasha and Bayley having their on again, off again relationship. Then you had Bayley and Charlotte. Then you had Bayley and Becky, until the emergence of Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. So it took those four women. Those four women held the women's division down for 5 years. Another critique of Mr. Paul Levesque and his booking. His habit of stretching out angles goes way back to Black and Gold. Remember the never-ending Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa feud? How it lasted until no one was into it anymore? Now, yes, I know injuries had something to do with it, but it lasted like 2 years, right? And then they finally had the Falls Count Anywhere empty arena type thing during the pandemic, and it kind of ended with a thud, a whimper, I should say, when they were brought up to the main roster under Vince. Yeah, I know Vince didn't really see much in them. Didn't see much in Tommaso, but he gave him a little. Pretty much, he made him the Miz sidekick, which kind of diminished him, and told him like, "Yeah, put some dye in that beard. We don't need to see gray." But that's what gave Tommaso Ciampa the grizzled veteran look, the Sicilian psychopath, or it's just the Sicilian sociopath, I should say. Johnny Gargano, Paul brought him back, or got him to sign back. And up until recently, up until they reunited DIY as a heel tag team, they were kind of treading water. Sometimes, just sometimes, maybe. I know it's not popular to say, but maybe Vince knew what he was talking about when he was not utilizing people. You notice how the majority of the talent that was let go by Vince was brought back, and most of them still didn't get over. Much as I like Andrade as a talent, just and Andrade was Triple H man. Like he got him out the suspenders, put Zelina Vega with him, and magic. But was the magic based on Andrade, or was the magic based on Zelina? I think it was based on Zelina. He brought him back, and after a series of matches with Carmelo, he's back doing nothing. Triple H also has this habit, especially with the Hispanic wrestlers, just lump everybody together, and guess what? Y'all in your own fiefdom. The LWO versus Legado del Fantasma. And they're interchangeable. Guess what? I'm going to take these two people from Legado and put them in the LWO and replace them with two other Spaniards. And then they're going to fight again. Oh, yeah, the ones with the mask? Yeah. Ray and Dragon Lee? Yeah. I'm going to have them, do their thing against each other. Oh, this new El Grande Americano. I'm sorry. You can call me a snowflake all you want. Just thinking this day and time, especially when this is the thing, especially when that picture is a thing, I don't think having a fake luchador called El Grande Americano, which is literally medium coffee in Starbucks vernacular, hailing from the Gulf of America, when that's one of the key points of Mr. Orange saying, yeah, it's not the Gulf of Mexico, it's the Gulf of America. That's almost similar to having Zeb Coulter and Jack Swagger. We the people. You know, when they was chasing Spaniards back across the border. Only thing that was missing was a vignette of El Grande Americano crawling under some barbed wire fence somewhere deep in the heart of Texas. I'm sorry. Yes, I know everybody's supposed to know. Yeah, we know it's Chad Gable under a mask. But why did he have to go and learn the deep, dark arts of Lucha Libre? The dark arts of Lucha Libre? The dark arts of Lucha Libre. Wow, that's crazy. Next thing you know, they're gonna have somebody. Matter of fact, I'm hearing rumors that they might be inducting Kamala into the Hall of Fame this year. Are they gonna say where he's originally from, or are they gonna say from the deepest, darkest part of Africa, the Ugandan giant, Kamala? Oh, you know, one thing that stayed the same, no matter what regime you're on, is they have a pattern. Okay, you have your true headliner, which this year it happened to be Triple H. Then you have your woman in Michelle McCool. Then you have your deceased guy, unfortunately, I'll say it like that, and John Tenta, along with Fred Ottman, pretty much the natural disasters. And you know what's missing? Yeah, you know what's missing. You got your headliner, you got your deceased, you got your woman, you need your minority, you need your black guy, Kamala, for the deepest, darkest part of Africa. Or was that Akeem, the African Dream? Matter of fact, it was Akeem, the African Dream, from the deepest, darkest part of Africa. My bad. But they're interchangeable, right? Those who know, know. Those who don't, Google Akeem, the African Dream, and you'll figure it out. But like I was saying, going back to talent that he brought back that just didn't click. What is he doing with the women's division right now? I mean, yeah, Liv is doing her thing. I can't, you know what? I can't even salute to Liv. Liv is doing her thing. Big Mommy Cool, Raquel Rodriguez, you know, that's a perfect role for her. What are you doing with the Chelsea Green is getting herself over. She's once again, she's taking shit and she's getting herself over. The Slagents, the Secret Hervis, brilliant. You think Triple H thought of that? No, I'll give him his credit. He's letting her run with it. She's willing to go to NXT with it. You know what? Matter of fact, go ahead, do you. Shawn Michaels is literally letting people cook. But what about Lyra Valkyria? All she is a woo, woo, woo. Does she have a character? She had more character in NXT. Even when she went here, she had more character. Up on the main roster, she's just known as the girl that Becky gave a rub to before she bounced. I'm just saying. Now, a couple other things before I wrap this up. Cause I got a lot of critiques. I could go on for the whole week, to tell you the truth. Some people in the IWC media have said that Levesque has had his hands tied at the most important time of year by an individual who has more connections than him, the previously mentioned Rock. I have this question. Is Paul enamored by the rush of being a man? having an error named after himself? Has he taken his eye off the ball? Has his biases hampered what is a great one, but what could be a unprecedented run of great business? Like, going back to this picture. You notice how all the black wrestlers are either heel or kind of neutral? The only quote unquote clearly defined face is Jade, and she's not really a clearly defined face. The dichotomy of this picture, with, and I'm going back to the Elimination Chamber, with Jade busting Naomi's ass, and she's dressed in black, Jade is, and Naomi and Bianca are dressed in white. But Jade is the face, and Naomi is the heel. Jade's demeanor, as I said last week, is nothing. It's 100% heel to me. But remember when Triple H was a talent, right? And he always set someone up to get a flat response and then say to Vince, well, told you they ain't over. Remember when he had that infamous run with Booker T, and a lot of the statements that came out his mouth were too true or close to being true or seemed a little bit too realistic? Like, I'm not knocking the Street Profits in this picture, but as I said last week, did they have to put some gold fronts in their mouth and some chains around their neck to get the championship? Just being who they are, like Montez. Like, I love his album. God is good. That album, him and Top Dollar was spitting. Yeah, Top Dollar is on that album multiple times. But it seems like they was asked to, and this is my words, black it up a little bit. You know what? We're really leaning into the hip hop aspect. We need some grills. You know, you like grills, right? You like gold teeth, right? Matter of fact, we'll write it off. Matter of fact, go get fitted and everything, and don't worry about it. You don't even have to come out your pocket. Matter of fact, your woman, she likes French too, right? Matter of fact, we'll get her some too. And you notice how both of them are a little bit more aggressive. You know, I'll give you this little tidbit from my personal experience. And shit, didn't even realize 25 years ago, I was working at a coffee shop / cafe, right? And I had this manager named Andrew, white dude, real cool, or so I thought. As soon as he saw me, saw my work ethic, he's like, you know what, man? I'm gonna put the rocket to your back. He's gonna give me the push of a lifetime. He's gonna get me supervisor, put some extra bread in my pocket, and try to get me into management, right? Okay, great. So by this time, this was like, let's say, my third stop in the service industry. So I matured. I was no longer the 19-year-old working in Rockefeller Center, first legit job, straight out of Crown Heights, with a little chip on my shoulder. I knew how to integrate myself, right? Good morning, how you doing? The attitude didn't need to be there on 10 all the time. So we had a stealing problem. People was tapping the register, right? And I was supervisor. So, matter of fact, I was part-time supervisor. So dude asked me, he was like, yo, I'm looking at the sales, and I think such is tapping the register. Do you know about it? Like, nah, I don't know. He's like, come on, Mike. You know about it? Like, no, I don't. Because my thing is like, I'm not snitching. If they do it, they do it. They do them. I'm sure you don't pay me enough. And not saying that it's a price on it, but it's just like, nah, I don't got nothing to do with me. Right? So he wanted me to start enforcing rules, like make sure people come on time. If they're by 5, if they're 2 minutes late, write them up. If they come out of uniform, which is i.e. the t-shirt, write them up. If they don't got the right footwear, write them up. He's like, yo, Mike, you too soft. You being too soft. I'm like, what are you talking about? I was always taught it's easier to catch flies with honey than vinegar. So my thing is, if we got a good rapport, all right, listen, I'll let you rock and do you, but make sure that when I ask you to do XYZ, you hold me down. That's how my management style worked. That's why my current place of business, I don't want to be management. I do my 8 hours, I leave, but neither here nor there. So long story short, Andrew tells me, like I said, I'm being too soft on the crew, on the staff, and I need to start writing people up. Matter of fact, he know I'm from Brooklyn. He know I'm from Crown Heights. So, I know you that nigga. Excuse me? He was like, nah, I'm just saying, which guy you from the hood and everything. So I don't know what's all this Mr. Nice Guy shit that you doing up here. Like, yo. And I'm like, no. Don't move past. I don't want to talk about the hood. Don't talk about the nice guy. Did you just say nigga to me? I wasn't calling you a nigga. I was just saying, why is it coming out your mouth? Oh, come on, Mike. Yo, which guy? You know how many black people I got friends? Yo, I was in the army. Yo, I don't got nothing to do with me. So, in other words, you want me to nigger it up so I can get these people in check. Wow. Okay. So, in reality, you wasn't putting the rocket to my back because of the exemplary work that I was doing. You was putting the rocket to my back because you wanted me to be your nigga. Got you. And like I said, it's not apples to apple comparison, but it's almost like once they was able to quote unquote add a couple things, probably at the suggestion of management, all of a sudden, gold. 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 Gold around their waist. Gold around their neck. And gold in their teeth. But like I said, think about it. Okay, matter of fact, how about this? What black wrestler in the WWE is 100% white meat babyface? I can name one. Can you name that one? All right, time's up. R-Truth. And R-Truth is portrayed to be a simpleton. Everybody knows the whole thing is like he's in on the con, but for the most part, he portrayed to be a simpleton. And he's your only white meat babyface. You got the New Day, like I said, they shunned them. Nobody wanted to talk to them. Nobody still want to talk to them. They had a hot angle. They had heat. Heat, I tell you. It makes me wonder where they asked to do something and they chose not to do it, and they was like, you know what, all right, you know what, we're gonna pull the plug on your push. You know what? Be easy. Just saying. Bianca's becoming unlikable. Well, um, you know who right now is the person to look at to see exactly are they gonna do her right? Naomi. Naomi. Quote unquote heal Naomi. Even though a lot of things that she's saying rings true. Rings true. Um, on a side note, do you see the resemblance? Caution. Use caution. Caution. Broken. My spirit is not broken, but my friendship is broken. My trust is broken. My screen is broken. You can no longer use me. You can't use me for whatever you choose to use me for. I am my own woman. You can't use me until they come fix me. Come fix me. Yep. Inside joke for those who know. But yeah. Two more examples of bad booking. Coincidentally, going into WrestleMania. Last year, you had Bayley fresh off a record-breaking Royal Rumble Royal Rumble victory, and fresh off a face turn in which she outsmarted the heels by knowing that Damage Control was talking about her in Japanese, and guess what? Bayley knows Japanese. Going for her World Championship match. Going into WrestleMania, and she wasn't on any of the advertisements. She didn't get really promo time. She was not a prominent member, a prominent part of the lead up at all. And you can't tell me she didn't have the crowd support, because for years people wanted Bayley to give them a reason to legitimately cheer for her. And they did in droves. She won the championship, and she quickly lost it in SummerSlam, to Nia Jax. And she's been bouncing around ever since. That still boggles my mind. You had a gold mine in Bayley with the chase and the triumph, and they did nothing with it. It was almost too intentional. And then this year, Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton currently is a babyface with all the characteristics of a heel. The annoyance, the prissiness, the arrogance. Not only that, she's going against umpteen-time champion Charlotte Flair, who, especially since she came back and got rejected once again by the fans, because guess what? The fans never want to see her face Charlotte Flair. Actually, they probably want to see a Charlotte Flair with the same face for at least 6 months straight, but neither here nor there. It's almost like since she got rejected by the fans, she was like, you know what? And y'all got me going against this rookie. All right, I'm going to eat up. Give me some competition. Matter of fact, just give me my championship. Y'all know what I'm here for. Think I'm here to put people over? Fuck out of here. I'm here to do me. Y'all pay me to be the conversation. Y'all pay me to be the queen. And guess what? That's what I'm going to be. So the one good thing that hopefully they've started learning is that there was a promo this past week with Tiffany um, said that how Charlotte treated her in the promo the week before of saying that Tiffany is a fluke. She won a championship by cashing. She's just a copycat and a carbon copy of her and so forth. Tiffany swung that around like, well, guess what? I have nothing to lose and you have everything to lose because if you beat me, no, if I beat you, you lost to a carbon copy of yourself. You lost to this rookie. You lost to this person that's undeserving. If you beat me, you beat nobody, right? According to your words. So that's promo 101. You build up your opponent. So therefore, if you beat said opponent, you actually beat somebody. But once again, that's on. Isn't that on Triple H? But Triple H is so enamored on the other side with Rhea. And tell you the truth, he's fucking Rhea up too. Rhea is involved in the three-way. Her, Io Sky, and Bianca Belair. She was defending the championship against Io Sky. Bianca Belair was on the outside watching to see who was going to be her opponent for WrestleMania because she did her part. She won the Elimination Chamber. And for no fault of her own, all of a sudden, Rhea start flipping like, what you out here for? What you cheering for her for? Are you scared of me? But huh? Rhea Ripley was built for all these years to be above that. Mommy's always on top. Mommy's a badass in a heel group of nothing but men. And now all of a sudden she's sensitive because Bianca is at ringside. And guess what? It cost her the championship. And now for the last 2 weeks, she's come out like a spoiled brat, trying to sign her way into WrestleMania. And Bianca's supposed to just accept it. So Bianca's going to have to end up sharing her rightful place as challenger for the world championship against a spoiled crybaby that's looking more and more, you know what? I'm not even going to get into that. Also, besides all that, we wanted, the universe, the fan base wanted Bianca versus Rhea. This has been 4 years in the making. Since they've been 4 years in the making, we wanted that match. And we're going to get a triple threat. And there's no shade against Io Sky. But we're going to get a triple threat instead of the one-on-one that everybody wants. It's almost reminiscent to WrestleMania 35, where we got a triple threat of Charlotte, Becky, and Ronda, where everybody just wanted Ronda and Becky. But in this case, it wasn't like they were shoving. They're not shoving Io in there. She's the champ. It's just based on booking, they don't have anything else for Io to do because pretty much half her stable is injured. And they're probably saving them until after WrestleMania to bring them back. Paul Levesque got problems. Well, people, that brings us to the end of another edition of the Salty Thoughts of Mike Steph podcast. I'd like to thank each and every one of y'all for making me and this here podcast the one y'all choose to view and the one y'all choose to listen to. What's on your screen right now for all my YouTube viewers is an advertisement of a special Sprinkle Assault episode coming this week, sometime this week, focusing on season 9, the Netflix premiere season of Temptation Island. If you go to the Instagram of at Mike_Steph, you will see multiple clips of my mid-season recaps on this reality TV show. And guess what? Guess what? They've actually had a review show, but not a Netflix sponsored review. No. Because Netflix decided, no, we're not going to have a reunion show. So some podcaster, Nick Vowell or whatever the hell his name is, he actually got at least 3 of the 4 couples to come on his podcast to do a quasi 2.5-hour reunion show. I'm about an hour and 45 minutes into it, and it's not really that great, but salute to him for doing it, because he gave me more content. So being the fact that everything is out the bag, and I don't have to worry about spoiling anything, even though if something drops and it's binge worthy and it's been 2-3 weeks, it's not really spoiling, isn't it? But regardless, Sprinkle Saw episode, Temptation Island review this week sponsored by the Salty Thoughts of Mike Steph podcast. Look at that thumbnail art. Look at that fucking thumbnail art. Speaking of which, see, I tried to start season 3 with a little update, change my thumbnails, change my graphics a little bit, give it a little bit more streamlined feel. And you know what y'all did? Y'all gave me the double bird. You said, we're not fucking with it. We ain't like it. We want the same. I thought y'all wanted change. But I guess y'all didn't want change. Y'all wanted the same. So guess what? I'm going to be like John Cena and just give y'all the same. I ain't changing shit up except for a sprinkle of salts. The sprinkle of salts, when you see this, Monica, when you see this screen, when you see this thumbnail, that's a sprinkle of salt. You know it's not a full-fledged episode. When you see this, same old, regular, full-fledged episode. Got it, good. Y'all pissed me off with that. Maybe it was a little bit too much going on, but still, I'm like, damn, trying to give y'all something. Y'all not even be receptive. I swear, as the weeks go by, I get closer and closer and closer and closer to going full heel. And I'm not a heel. Not a baby face either. I'm more of a tweener. Now, you know what? Matter of fact, I am a face. I'm the face that runs this place. I'm the face of the faceless, to be totally honest. But y'all pushing me. Y'all pushing me. Like, I could, by all means, just continue just being a guest on various other podcasts. Co-host of Hidden Gems Football. Fill-in host extraordinaire of Gimmick Infringement. Dare I say, the 3rd member of Gimmick Infringement. Guest star on 4AZ, the Abbott Elementary reviews. I could do all that. I can give y'all little 5-minute clips on YouTube, 5-minute clips on Instagram, and keep it pushing. And I know y'all probably like, then why don't you? Don't fucking dare me. I just might. But I'm going to try to ride this season out. And then just maybe I'll reassess the situation. But that's it. That's all I have to say. Please check out Gimmick Infringement, hosted by Brad Winchester and Tyler McDowell Blanken, every late Sunday night, early Monday morning on the YouTube channel of the 19 Media Group. Check out the young OG himself, Desmond Power, and Hip to the Games every other Friday on all streaming platforms where podcasts are available, and also the YouTube channel of the 19 Media Group. This week, he got a doozy. Got 3 potential NBA playoff matchups. He's going in depth. He's doing a deep dive for. And when you go and holler at him, tell him I sent you. And of course, please be on the lookout for a special off-season edition of Hidden Gems Football, featuring myself and the Mojo King, in which we talk about some off-season transactions that transpired since the beginning of the free agent period. So yeah, those are the plugs. I got to put this ditty in because this is my bop.
What we gonna do? Drive around, raise the sunroof, rap loud. We gon' come through, cause we got no time to waste. Gotta rap where we come from. Ain't a fight that we could ever run from. Tell your girl she can kick it if she wants some.
Yeah, that's the intro to 4AZ, hosted and created by Tyler McDowell Blanken, where I guest star along with the lovely Sarah Beth in giving our takes, our critiques, our review of the latest season 4 episodes of Abbott Elementary. Dropped, I think, every other Sunday. Because he's been dropping them early. They was dropping on Wednesdays, but regardless, i.e., that's why this title, The Needle Moving OSC. Check out 4azteach.org for everything, all the information you need. And please check out 4AZ YouTube channel for the Abbott Elementary reviews and all streaming platforms where podcasts are available. So with that being said, I'm going to get out of here. Good luck to Larry Anderson. He got a big match probably as we speak right now. And hopefully I will get him on soon so he can tell me the aftermath and see if he got some more gold around his chest, around his waist. Because, listen, I liked him talking this shit with the belt. But just to show you how versatile he was talking this shit without the belt. Belt doesn't make the man. The man makes the belt. Speaking of which, I got to get out of here because if not, my wife's going to have a belt waiting for me. And that won't be nice. So until next week, until y'all see me later on this week with my sprinkle of salt, holla at y'all later. Goodbye. Where we go to? Got no time to waste.